welcome to another playoff edition of the Frenzy here on WJCL. And it certainly felt like postseason football Friday night. It was a little chilly, and a number of Southeast Georgia and South Carolina Lowcountry squads hit the field looking to keep their state championship dreams alive.
Speaking of, coming up Saturday, a couple Lowcountry squads will play for Skeeza State Championships. Hilton Head Christian in AA and then Thomas Hayward in Single A. Wishing those players the best of luck up in Charleston.
That's right, state championship Saturday. Meanwhile, here in the Peach State, GHSA teams looking to advance to the third round, the Elite Eight of the state playoffs. In Quad A at Memorial Stadium, Benedictine doing Benedictine things against Luella. Cadets wasted no time Friday night, already 7-0 minutes into the game. Defense, Matt Cromhoke with the tackle for loss. After a short punt from the visitors, it's another touchdown for the Cadets. Justin Thomas, good stuff here. His second score of the night made it 14-0, but the Georgia baseball signee just getting started. Next time on the field, Holden Gerner with the quick toss out to Thomas. Move, hop, there he is. He's right into the end zone for touchdown number 3 of the first quarter. It was 21-0. Luella not helping their own cause. They're going to cough up the ball near midfield. Cole Simeon going to recover for the Cadets. Leads to, well, what do you know, another touchdown by Thomas. 28-0 Benedictine. Still in the first quarter. Check out the interception from Zaquan Bryan. Goes up, one hand, knocks the ball down, completes the pick with the other hand. Outstanding stuff from the junior. And after Justin Thomas's 5th touchdown of the first half, Cadets going to let someone else score. Second quarter, Gerner goes up top to Bryan. Touchdown BC. Cadets, they're marching into the third round. Thanks to the big win over Luella, 63-7, the final. How about we stay in Savannah? Single A private. Calvary Day hosting Wesleyan. Cavs already up 7-0, looking for more. Jake Merklinger going to find DeAndre Singleton Jr. He's going to brush off a defender. Got the big gain. He wasn't done. He goes all the way for the touchdown. Calvary Day up 14-0. Wesleyan trying to respond, but the home team having nothing to do with that. The Wolves pass. Well, it's going to be picked off by Antonio Butts Jr., and he wasn't done. He's got a nice pickup as well. The Cavs offense, they're going to come back on the field. Merklinger running that offense to perfection. He's looking for someone to throw to, can't find anybody. So Jake, he's going to pull the ball down, and watch what he does right here. He rolls to the right, can't find anybody, doesn't make a mistake, so he's going to keep, and he is going to pick up some blocks, pick up a nice first down. Then the home team, they're going to extend their lead here later on in the first half. Donovan Johnson with the short touchdown run. That made it 21-0. Wesleyan ball now, trying to get something going. Quarterback Jet Miller, he's going to drop back to pass, but this time he's going to be picked off by Trevor Strobridge. Calvary, they are looking sharp on a Friday night. They were looking for more now. Merklinger, this time he's going to throw, and he hits Edward Coleman for the nice pickup. Play or two later, what do you know? It's going to be that same combo this time. It's Coleman for the touchdown, and Calvary Day, they're rolling on to the next round after the big 35-0 win over Wesleyan. And elsewhere in Single A private, Savannah Country Day, well, they see their season come to an end at Holy Innocents. Hornets falling 42-7 Friday night.
To Single A Public in Darien, McIntosh County Academy Buccaneers hosting the Manchester Blue Devils in the second round. Yeah, how about that entrance? Buccaneers opening drive. Quarterback Will Fillmore to running back Will Jones breaks away from not one, not two, but 3 tackles, tripped just right outside the end zone, a 38-yard run. A few plays later, Jones finally able to power through. Watch him on the far side. Goes in for the touchdown. Pirates fire the cannon. 7-0 McIntosh County. Blue Devils get to work. First quarter still, quarterback Cam Long to running back Zay Marshall breaks left. A group of Pirates swarm for a loss of yards. Second quarter now, Jones gets the call again. Look at the power. Yeah, it's going to take at least 2 players to bring Jones down. However, Pirates can't score in the drive. Staying in the second, Long can't find an option. The 6'4" signal caller taken down by Pirates linebacker Ladarius West for the quarterback sack. 2 minutes later, trouble. Bad stat. Pirates Quan Proctor wastes no time for the big tackle. Team fired up. This game all about defense, and how about this? Goes to triple overtime. McIntosh County controlled most of the game. However, it was Manchester coming out on top, 19-13, ending the Pirates season in the second round with a 6-5 overall record.
We've got even more single A public action now. Time for a trip out to Medard.
The Tigers have been on a tear all season long and not looking to slow down now. Our Dave Williams has the highlights.
Last year, the Medard Tigers came within one game of the Single A Public State Championship game, losing in the semifinals. This year, they're on track to take that extra step. They are currently 11-0, and tonight they host Schley County with a berth in the Elite Eight on the line. And the Tigers figure to be tested by the Wildcats, who came in at 10-1. It certainly started off that way as Schley County puts together a good opening drive. Jay Kanazawa to Jaden Walker for the nice gain inside the 20-yard line. That drive, though, would stall, and they would have to settle for a field goal and take an early 3-0 lead. The Tigers, though, would respond on their first possession of the game. Danny Cheeley with a tremendous run. He appears to be stopped, but spins back the other way, and no one is going to catch him. A 49-yard TD run. The PAT was no good, 6-3 Medard. More of the same, though, on their next possession as Josh Kelly does the honors this time, taking the handoff, and he's going to find the payoff pasture, 13-3 Medard. The Tiger defense would then put the clamps down the rest of the way, keeping Schley County out of the end zone as Medard advances to the Elite Eight with a 33-6 win. In Medard, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. Class AA second round action. Jeff Davis falls to Rabun County 56-7, but the news better for Swainsboro. Tigers moving on thanks to the 41-14 win over Columbia. Moving right along to Class AAA now. 4 Southeast Georgia teams looking to punch their tickets to the third round Friday night,
including the Liberty County Panthers hosting a second round contest. Our Rick Snow has a recap from Hinesville.
The Liberty County Panthers moved into the second round of the GHSA AAA playoffs on the strength of running back Marcus Johnson's 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also contributed a pass interception at the goal line on defense. But this week, they have to face another Panther team, Carver Atlanta. And Carver came out of the locker room playing defense like the Georgia Bulldogs, and they kept Johnson bottled up. On offense, Carver relied on their rushing attack, feeding 230-pound senior Quintavious Lockett, who was tough to tackle, and he picked up big yardage for a first down. Then speedster Jarvius Brown races to the 1-yard line, which would lead to the first touchdown and 2-point conversion for an 8-0 lead. Liberty County trying to battle back as Carlos Singleton finds Ron Golden for a big gain, but that drive would soon stall and Carver was back in business. In the second quarter, Lockett gets the call and he goes 20 yards for a touchdown and a 24-0 lead as Carver used a 2-point conversion every time. Late in the first half, sophomore Christopher Garrett can't find a receiver and has to scramble, and he finds plenty of running room to take it all the way to the house for a 32-0 lead at halftime, and Carver rolls on to a 53-6 victory to move on to the quarterfinals while Liberty County ends the season with a 6-4 record. Rick Snow, WJCL 22 News.
Other AAA scores, the Appling County Pirates moving on thanks to a 34-20 win at Cherokee Bluff. The Pierce County Bears also advanced. They rout Dawson County 49-0 to final in that one.
Southeast Bullock hitting the road for the second round. Jackets at Cedar Grove. SCB has the offense working to open this one. Christian Clark hits Tyler Griffin for the big pickup. Watch him go. Jackets would move into field goal range, and that's where Cole Snyder connects on the 48-yard field goal to give the boys from Brooklet the early lead. However, in the second quarter, Cedar Grove, they come back and respond big. Elliot Colson gets things going with a short touchdown run. giving the home team the lead with the dive. A couple minutes later, it's Colson throwing deep. Look at the pass. Trayvon Farrell makes the catch in stride, touchdown, makes it 14-3. Cedar Grove goes up 21-3 with 3 minutes left in the first half on this short touchdown run. Southeast Bullock would answer with a touchdown from Griffin right before the half. However, it wouldn't be enough. Cedar Grove wins it 48-10, the final.
And still to come here on the Frenzy, we have to check in on a couple GISA teams still in the championship hunt, and we're making a stop in Belleville.
Plus a recap of action in the Palmetto State. That's coming up when the Frenzy continues. Stay with us.